All right, what do we got here? Tiara plus capital is a nice little synergy. Play Tiara, you play capital, you get the 12 money instead of 6, but you only get the 6 debt once because you only discard 1 capital from play. That's nifty. Otherwise, you got draw with Wharf, you got some villages, you get some trashing. Pretty straightforward. Oh, yeah, Tiara's gonna be a very good card here because we also have Platinum around. How to open Transport Wharf twice, top decking it sounds pretty nice. Tiara and a silver sounds nice. Um, Xyrix goes for an alley. Interesting. Maybe alley silver is 100% to hit 5. So transport wharf twice gets you a wharf on top of your deck. Tiara silver potentially top decks the wharf turn 4, which would be great. Alley silver I think is a pretty reasonable choice. That's just super likely to get you a wharf and a tiara next turn, or next 2 turns rather. I think I prefer all of those over opening with a trasher immediately. I mean, Raze is a good trasher and all, but I think I could take it soon thereafter. I'm gonna go Tiara Silver. It's less guaranteed, but has better high rolls. I know for sure I want a TR anyway. Alley is also not a bad card to have in the deck later, but I think will be less important. You have a lot of reliability anyway from Wharf, so having a guaranteed Sifter is as impactful. Okay, what do I think about this? This can't be a bad hand. The ideal draw involves like Tiara in your turn 3 hand with 5 money, and then you can do something and top deck it. My bottom 7 cards have 3 estates, 3 coppers, and a Tiara. I could summon something here. Uh, Summon a raise. I would for sure have an estate in hand. I could trash. But that's only going to hit 4 next turn rather than 5. If I hit 5 again, that would sound a little bit better. I think I'd probably just buy a wharf. And I'll top deck a. Actually, I'll buy a raise. I'm not sure I should top deck a raise. I probably shouldn't actually. Those are 2 coppers on bottom. But top deck a raise, there's a good chance I see it with no estates. I'll buy it, but not top deck it, I think. Okay, Xyrix. Okay, that's a nifty line. Buy alley, transport wharf again, play it turn 4. Interesting. I didn't consider that, but that makes sense to me. Ooh, I am probably losing this game now. That's not a good draw. This is a very bad draw. Obviously, this accomplishes nothing. It also means the raise is not going to do anything because it has no estates to trash. Raise, trash, and copper is not so great. Take out the raise. And I've missed the wharf and the silver. Ay, ay, ay. Go ahead and take a capital now. I won't top deck it because it's not that likely to find my tiara next turn. Yeah. This is looking pretty over. I guess this is payback for the first kingdom. Being player 2 in a fast kingdom is never a good outcome. I think I'll just take the copper. I can take the raise and pop it. I think I need to go for broke here. I'm really hoping to find the tiara plus the capital. If I can do that, maybe I stay in this. I cannot. No dice. I'll top deck another wharf. I actually could have also top decked a wharf by just transporting it twice. Cost 6 and 2 buys. Okay, so I super need to find the tiara here, which is not at all certain. Curious that Xerix has a capital before a tiara. I don't think capital is particularly good until you have the tiara. He's trashed all of his estates and a copper. I have trashed an estate and one of my raises. What do you buy here? Presumably a tiara and a wharf and an inn. Yeah, that makes sense. Tiara, please. Thank you. Okay. I've been given the illusion of hope. I got an estate down there, I got a raise down there, a silver, and 2 coppers, I believe. Probably want to add more draw. I could also do the stonemason wharf in thing. Transport. How much draw do I need? Not that much. Stonemason transport. or not transport, stonemason, gain wharf and in, top decking them with the in effect, and then buy a second pair of tiara and capital. 7 plus 9, 16. I can't quite afford a second raise, otherwise I'd take one of those as well. Pop the stonemason, which I don't really need. Transport a wharf, stonemason in wharf. Spent 10 total. Got 2 wharves. I need to buy one more village. I could take a harbor village. It's 14. And then with the last 5, I don't know what I'd do with the last 5. I could summon a harbor village, which is like a double village. I could stonemason for 2 wharves. That costs 12, right? 7 plus 5, yeah, 12. Yes. Top deck it. Summon gains it first. Any gain effects would trigger here, and then it tries to set it aside. If I top deck the Harbor Village, it would actually fail to set aside, and then I wouldn't get to play it next turn, and that would be a very bad thing. Yes, top deck. Yes, top deck. Continue. I'll shoot. Maybe I should have transported a Harbor Village or something to just get one more on my deck. Oh well, not a big deal. I'll sleep the last 3 money to pay off some debt. Crashing coppers is not that important to do in a Wharf Kingdom. You just have so much draw. I mean, not that you actively want the coppers, but it's often just not worth it to get rid of the coppers rather than just taking more draw cards and drawing through them. So I'm not surprised that Xyrix preferred to pop the raises there, just to make sure he found everything. It is very strange to me that he's top decking those. I mean, both of those binds seem eminently sensible to me. Why do you want them on top of your deck? I don't know. Most important thing is to find this Wharf and get it back. I mean, you have 9 cards of draw to start your turn, you're probably gonna be fine. But it is a little bit weird that you put the treasures on top. Okay, let's draw, smash some cards. Ah! Oh, 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 that's unfortunate. Capital's on bottom. And also, I drew the raise too late, or I could have popped the raise to find the capital, which I would have in a heartbeat. Uh, that is no good. No good at all. So I have one wharf. Kind of want to add another wharf, but I would need more villages. Can't quite afford another Tiara capital pair. Can't quite afford a platinum. Still have a stonemason in my deck, right? Isn't that the bottom card? I haven't trashed my stonemason yet. It's stonemason and a capital down there. Is there a scenario where I buy capital here and then like stonemason a wharf or something into another capital? I don't think so. Sorry, into another tiara. I don't want to overthink it. It's one of those games where I feel like I'm pretty lost, and so it feels a little bit silly to spend too much time on it, delaying the inevitable. Presumably Xerxes is looking for a pile out here. I wouldn't be surprised if he has one. Piles drain remarkably fast with stonemason around. He's gonna have a lot of buys if he plays Tiara, Tiara, Capital, Capital. That's 1, 3, 5, 7 extra buys, plus these 4 already. I believe he has a stonemason in his hand. Yeah, I think Trash has stonemason, so he might be able to stonemason uh, something into something else to help with the pile out. Like trash the inn and gain 2 raises or something. I don't know if it's there. If it's not there, I don't think he's in any trouble. Just keep building and then you'll win in a turn or 2. You should probably take some amount of point. Like if he's not going for the win immediately or he can't find one, you should definitely take some amount of points. I don't think I can pile out, but better safe than sorry in a kingdom like this. I would never trust a kingdom with stonemason not to pile out really fast. Okay, we see signs of life. Did he find it? Doesn't look like it. I assume that's the stonemason in hand, probably. If you're going for a pile out, he'd probably be trashing the inn with the stonemason to gain stuff and not trashing a copper. So how much would it have cost? 3 to transport a wharf. So like 369 empties the wharves, or for 10 money you could do stonemason, two wharves, and transport a wharf, and that would lower stonemasons by one. Let's say transport wharf is three, stonemason two wharves is 10, stonemason two raises brings you to 14 money. Now stonemason's at six. For eight more money, you could pile the rest of the stonemasons, which would be 22, and then you trash the inn into two raises, and that would pile out. But I had 1 point and xyrix at zero, and he would have needed four more money to take two estates. So it seems like he was a little bit shy there. All right, yeah, he takes a colony. Unlike a province by colony, also protects against an estate pile out if that were to arise. So he is in 11 debt, which will make it harder, not necessarily impossible, but harder for him to pile out this turn. So I think my hope has to be build a bunch, hope that he can't win, and try to win in two turns, maybe. Where's my wharf? God dang it. Goodbye, Rays. Nothing of value I can put down there. Can't turn the capital into anything better than a capital silver into pawns. Maybe is an improvement. Crashing the silver and getting two pawns is probably a marginal improvement. That's two money either way, and the pawns are less of an impediment to the deck. I could also just trash a copper, and I'm a little bit lower on money. I'm also going to be struggling on draw next turn. It's easy to draw the turn you get the Wharves in play, because this is just a bona fide plus two cards. The turn you're playing the Wharves, you're getting plus one card out of each of them, so I'm going to be lower on draw. Maybe it's better to just trash a copper. I think what I would like to do is add another capital and a tiara, maybe even two of them. Problem is I'm also behind by a bunch of points, so it's not like I can even nail out effectively here. It's just tough all around. I want to trash the silver. Also makes my deck a little bit thinner, but without costing me money. Go card coin, buy coin, TR at capital. This looks like 21. It's effectively 15 money, which is still not that big of a number. I do have enough villages to potentially play everything. I could add more capitals now and plan to stonemason a five into two more tiaras. Is that five? Is it reasonable to try to win this, like, the upcoming turn? If I take two capitals, I would like to also leave myself in no debt if I'm trying to win next turn. Obviously, debt makes it harder to win. So if I had 15 to spend, if I just do like double capital and a wharf, I'm not playing all that. Double capital and summon a harbor village. Let me count really fast. I got 7, 8, 9, 9 stop cards in the deck. I could cantrip the pawns as needed. It's 9 so far. I'll have a 7 card hand naturally off of this wharf. 8, 9, 10. Summon harbor village is 11. Wait, I didn't count the stonemason. There's 10 stop cards already. I draw 7 with this wharf, 8, 9, 10. Harbor Village brings it to 11. If I wanted to buy two capitals and stonemason something into two tiaras, that's just not sounding realistic, I don't think. Maybe it's just going to be one capital then. Transport wharf, buy wharf. I'm likely going to lose on a stonemason raise pile out, but I'm willing to take that risk given that uh, anything else is just going to lose slower. And I'll buy a capital. This takes 3 debt, which is not ideal. We'll see if I get a turn. Probably not. I need Xerix to dud here somehow. So assuming no stonemason plays, oh, that's looking a little bit duddy. My goodness. 5 money is not a big number. Could I have a shot? I mean, he's still up by 10 points. You could take a duchy here to increase that lead. Okay, so I think I should have overdraw. I added only the one capital, summoned a harbor village, and added two wharves. So I think if I draw things, I should be able to stonemason one of these wharves into a whatchamacallit? Into a pair of tiaras. I wanna let's just draw first. I want to postpone the question until I can do the math more effectively of whether I can afford to play these pawns for money, because I'm not sure the answer to that. Okay, so I have six total warps in my deck, I believe, right? I had three coming out of play, one in play. I bought two more. Yeah, six dwarves. I'm pretty sure this is all my harbor villages, right? Play, play, play. I took one more. Yeah. One of the bottom six cards. There's a wharf down there. There's a tiara. Smash any coppers? No. Um, there's a wharf and a tiara. There's one copper in the discard and three coppers in the deck. Hmm. This is up to one, two, three, four, five, six extra cards to draw. Shoot. I might not be able to do it. The trouble is I would really need to also crash one of these wharves to get what I actually wanted out of this turn. Yeah, bottom two cards with coppers. I was hoping to stonemason the wharf and gain two tiaras. I would have a 2/3 chance to draw one tiara if I did that. Let me just see if that would win in the optimistic case. So I stonemason, trash, wharf into two tiaras, cantrip a pawn, draw with a pawn, taking card and coin. My hand would have six coppers in it, plus two tiaras. Wouldn't get any money off the harbor villages, the pawns. I TR two capitals. So I'd have 27 money total, right? 6 minus 3 plus 4 times capital plays. There's 27 money win. Costs me 13 to take a points lead. And I can empty 3 of these for 4. 12 in the pile. It cost me 16 to pile out the stonemasons and raises, right? You do 4 times stonemason, taking double raise, double stonemason, double stonemason. Yeah, so 16 plus 13. I don't think I can win. I could take a tie, right? If I draw the tiara, or 27, and I could do the pile out plus a colony ending. It's not cheaper to pile estates, is it? That's 16 plus 5 to get a points lead, 21 money, and then it would cost 8 to pile the raises, which is still 29. Is there a curse pile out? Is that crazy? Probably so, right? Let's say I play the wharf, drawing 2 coppers. I stonemason a pawn into 2 curses, and then I take 2 coins off the last pawn. I have to do the pawn first. I have 7, 9 money from the coppers and the pawn. Minus 3 is 6 money. Plus 18. So 24 money in total. Would I have enough buys to win? It would cost me 22 points. Or 22 coins to take a point lead after buying 10 curses. Plus 8 to pile up the raises. Yeah, don't think that's a win. Think for sure I'm doing this. There's not a Harbor Village pile out, is there? If there were, it would. I mean, it'd still be a 1/3 chance of drawing the tiara in that case. I don't think I could risk that. Oh, 20. I think I forgot to count for the one coin from pawn, but I think this is still one coin short, right? I think if I drew the cards in a slightly better order, this could win. Like if I were able to line it up so I did the coin pawn after playing Harbor Village didn't work the way I drew them and finding the raise early and stuff. I think there's a possible scenario where I get to 29 money here. Eight estates cost 16. Duchy costs 5. It's 21. Yeah, it still looks one coin short of the raise pile out, which costs 8 money and I'd have 7 left. Really buying a colony then. It's annoyingly close to a win. I'll probably take the tie if I can't find a win rather than give Xyrix another turn. Raise costs 8 to pile, and Stonemasons would cost 8 to pile. I don't think there's any pile that's going to be cheaper than that. Aside from curses, which would then, yeah, curses effectively cost like 11 because I have to buy a colony to make up for the points difference. Yeah, I think the answer is we just take the tie. Wait, put this autoplay on so it stops bugging me. Unfortunately, I still have to resolve the order that this stuff takes place in. Okay, yeah. One coin short, unfortunate, but I managed to tie despite being in a very bad position. So a poor draw from Xerix there, so better than I was hoping for.